Hello, this is Victor, RestoreYourMercedes.com. This video is for Douglas in Florida, and this is the early style door lock pump from S-Class S420. I believe it's a 94 model, and it's repaired, and I'm going to show you the operation. Now, first thing is the lumbar circuit right here. I deactivated the circuit because it's leaking internally, plus it never worked on the vehicle, so there are definitely some leaks. So I shut it down so the motor does not run constantly and burning itself basically. Vacuum circuit works fine for HVAC system, and we're going to check others, and we also will check the pressures and vacuum. So this way is the vacuum, this way is pressure. This is just capped port, so I can close down the vacuum supply and show you pressures and vacuum when the pump is not activating. So let's just put on the power. So I test these things at about 12.2, 12.4 volts. So right now it's set at about 12.2. The reason for that is, say it's a weak battery, and you want to unlock the car. So even with weak battery, the pressure and vacuum should be still within specifications, so that's why I run it lower. Once I boost the voltage to like 14 volts, pressure and vacuum is actually higher, but we needed to test it at the minimum. So now we're going to put on the ignition, and pump will try to create vacuum. So let's just wait. Now the ignition is on. Now the pump is trying to create vacuum because our lumbar circuit, the pressure circuit, is deactivated. So as we can see, we have vacuum over 0.5 bar, 500 millibars, well within specification. Now I'm going to undo the hose, and I'm going to put a plug on it so the pump does not run constantly. Once you have a vacuum leak, as you can see, it keeps running. So now we capped it off, pump created its vacuum, and it remains off. No reason for it to run. In that condition, it can sit forever. Ignition on, no need for vacuum, and the pump remains off. One remark is the vacuum circuit is connected to the engine vacuum, so when the engine is running, the engine vacuum usually overpowers the vacuum of the pump, so there is a vacuum storage tank, and then when the vacuum equalizes, and obviously pump will not come on anyway, even if you have internal vacuum leak. Alright, so long story short, let's get pressures for locking and unlocking checked. So we're going to do, this was our unlocking. See, I barely get to about 0.4, which is okay, but it would have been nice to have a little higher. But this is the early pump with 4-vane style, and also there's lots of scoring, but still, even with that scoring, I lined it up, and we do have 0.4 bar of pressure. Now, just for the comparison, I'm gonna boost the pressure to 14. And let's see what we're gonna do. As you can see, once I boost the pressure, not the pressure, I'm sorry, the voltage, the pump runs faster. It shuts off at 0.5, and this one almost hits 0.6. But again, that is totally fine. So let's do 12.5. See, vacuum 0.55. And pressure, shut down the light. Okay. We are hitting approximately 410 millibars, 420 millibars, which is totally fine. I mean, I had pumps come in, pressure barely reaches 350, which is, I believe, is the minimum, bare minimum. So this one is still quite alive. It's gonna work. I mean, those with 350 actually work fine. So I mean, I just like to have a little more, but this is okay, because I've seen pumps that reach 0.6, 0.7, but those are like mint condition, brand new light. just motors burnt up. Okay, so the next circuit, RH. This is our headrest drop down feature. You can see drop down feature, same pressure as we've seen before. Okay, the headrest, what can I say about the headrest? Actually, I'm wrong. This was not, I'm sorry, that's not the rear headrest. That was the reverse 8 antennas, the little antennas that are in your rear fenders that come up when you back up. And as you can see, it holds vacuum well. So pressure, vacuum. Reason for bidirectional is just the antennas come up with pressure, and with vacuum they're held down. So again, as you can see, you backing up, antennas are extended, little rods rather. Then once I let go of the power, one more time. No, actually it's gonna work right now. Just wait a little bit. This should actually create vacuum again. I'm making this with the cell phone. I just have to move on. I have lots of projects going on. So anyway, RH circuit for our parking aid antennas are fine. Next circuit is our trunk handle, which is a very useful thing. Handle has been just extended. Handle has been retracted. Handle extended. Handle retracted back. And we have the this is your headrest. So let's do the headrest. Now headrests, they work on vacuum. Vacuum is held and then it's released. That's the proper operation. As you can see, headrests only work on vacuum. There are, on S420 models, headrests can just go down. Vacuum actuators bring them down, whereas in 500, 600s they're electric, so there is no such port connected on 600 and 500 vehicles, 4-door and coupes. So that's about it. I guess this covers it all. One more time, that's a 12.5 volts pressure vacuum. Antennas for the parking aid. It's gonna pull down the vacuum. Vacuum is held. Great. Trunk handle. In and out. And headrest. And here we have our properly working door locking pump. I've done the motor obviously realigned, new wires and new hose, and I'm touching the pump right now after all this operation. It is barely warm, which is actually really good. That means that the pump is aligned properly, the vanes are in proper position and in proper orientation, which is also important because wear and tear happens, and if these are not aligned right, then it's all going to be overheating or maybe even seizing, which I've seen before. Okay, so far so good. This pump is ready to go, and this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.